At the office of the Fresno County Superintendent of Schools, we're proud to bring you Education Matters in partnership with EECU, Table Mountain Rancheria, Fresno State, and KC24. Thank you for watching Positive Stories about Education.
Proposition 18, it would allow 17-year-olds turning 18 before the general election to vote in the primary. But is the proposition something teenagers support?
In tonight's Education Matters, Juanita Stevenson spoke to a group of Snager High School seniors about that, as well as their thoughts on our current political climate.
There's a few questions I'd like for you guys to answer.
Snager High School teacher Linnea Jordan says in so many ways this is not a typical year. For one, she wasn't expecting to be teaching her AP government class online.
Trying to bring current events into the class virtually and getting them to understand not only how our government works, but in an election year with a pandemic has definitely been a very new concept for me to teach.
But these twin events, a presidential election and a worldwide pandemic, have added a new dimension for students, learning about U.S. government and political systems.
I think the politics has tuned some of them out. I have some kids that want nothing to do with it, and that scares me. I have other kids that can't wait to get into class and talk about what they heard on the news.
5 students in Mrs. Jordan's class agreed to talk to us, share their views about a year that's coming to life in the classroom.
Everything you're learning, you're actually seeing it being applied, so it makes the learning much easier for you when you're seeing it during an election year.
What are their thoughts on our current state of affairs?
Our nation, I believe, it's very divided between two parties, and you can't really call yourself like a moderate nowadays.
It's really disheartening seeing politicians go after each other like this.
They are paying attention, not just to national issues, but local.
I definitely think that it's good to have all these propositions because, especially local ones, that focus on benefiting Sanger, benefiting Fresno County.
And what about Proposition 18, which directly impacts them? It would give 17-year-olds turning 18 in an election year the right to vote.
I still believe that we should not be able to vote. I believe that as a 17-year-old, we are still very young. We're still very new to the political scene.
It's also very easy to sway younger people in their views because they're easily influenced by their peers, their parents, their teachers.
And when it comes to the pandemic, no arguments, mainly because it's impacting them all.
I hate online school, realistically. I love that feeling of going to interact with teachers, interact with people, friends.
In this group, no matter their political bent, no problem wearing a mask. No debate about if it's real. Francine Velasco's mother and brother are healthcare workers.
There's been times I haven't seen my mom for weeks, my brother for months. And it's really disheartening seeing people not take it seriously.
17-year-olds with so much to say. What advice would they give the grown-ups who can vote?
No matter what camp you're in, we're all Americans, and we all have a say, and we all have a vote that counts and matters in determining who's going to be leading us.
For Education Matters, I'm Juanita Stevenson, KC24, local news that matters.
All smart kids.
Interesting to get their thoughts on this, yeah.